Several of us recently ventured forth from Maryborough to Swan Hill to meet Chris Lay from the Citizens Party, who's running for electorate of Mallee. This is basically what we came up with.
Yes, thanks, Graham. Thanks for the opportunity for speaking with you guys and speaking to your supporters. My name's Chris Lay. I live in Lake Boga. I have 5 children with my wife. She's a teacher at the Swan Hill Secondary College. I work in refrigeration air conditioning. But my background in agriculture is I was a dairy farmer in the Southern Riverina, not far from where I currently live. But during, and this was 15 years ago, but during a time of deregulation, high water prices, separation of land and water, deregulation of the water industry, all these pressures, along with a prolonged dry period, put us in a very, very difficult position in keeping our businesses afloat. We also had the added problem. I had my last 2 children that were born. One of them was born with a disability, and we were battling state-based medical services. We could neither get either in New South Wales because of our remoteness, or in Victoria because we weren't residents of Victoria. So we were battling and believing that public health should be community-based, not state-based. And that led me to actually discovering the Citizens Electoral Council, which is now the Citizens Party. And they had the policies and the knowledge to help me combat these forces that were basically destroying our economy, pulling apart family farms, and those sorts of things. And that's where I entered the federal politics, first in the seat of Farrer, and now I'm standing in the seat of Mallee. This is my 4th attempt. So I think add all that up, it's probably around 16 years of campaigning with these platforms that the Citizens Party have.
Well, Chris, what's your thoughts on jobs?
Yeah, jobs, creation jobs through major infrastructural projects. Jobs from these projects build the physical economy, and where people are all employed, that they then contribute to the community. So jobs like construction of the Clements River Diversion Scheme, high-speed rail links between the major cities, other projects like the telecommunications networks, roadworks, all these sorts of infrastructure projects develop jobs.
Climate change.
Yeah, climate change. Well, I believe in climate change, autumn, winter, summer, spring. But certainly don't prescribe that CO2 is a pollutant. It's a building block of everything that lives. So,
Government mandates.
No to government mandates.
Water rights.
Absolutely. We need to stop the corporatisation of water entitlements, return water to those who best use it, and that's the farmers.
Land rights.
Land rights, once again, for farmers, digitisation of deeds and titles. This is just a slippery slope to a cashless digital society.
The new agricultural laws being trying to be applied in Victoria.
This is state government legislation, and no doubt we are currently looking into it and to the legalities of this particular legislation. Certainly, we would oppose this vehemently as an organisation. And certainly with the state election coming up, this will be a major issue.
Abortion bill.
Abortion bill, well, so I simply can't support something so egregious as this.
That's full-term abortion.
Yes.
Yeah. The woke education.
Yeah, well, it's not bad to be woke. But unfortunately, wokeness has been completely turned around upon those people who are aware and alert. So this woke agendas from various organisations needs to be stopped.
The rise of the New World Order.
Well, we simply can't have a New World Order. This, in a biblical context, this is end time stuff. So what we need to be doing is the sovereignty of each nation. Australia needs to have its own sovereignty, its own foreign policy, and we all need to trade and get along together in a nation of equity.
The Australian government as a corporation.
Yeah, so not fully having full knowledge of all of the intricacies of the Australian government and corporation. Certainly, constitutional reform is what's needed here to prevent these sorts of arrangements not benefiting the common good of Australia.
Yeah. Local government.
Yeah, local governments. So local governments actually are a corporation, but what they need to do is they need to be empowered to deliver services and infrastructure to the general population of Australia. Most local governments have no funds to do that.
Your understanding of the Paedophile Protection Order in Parliament.
Yeah, so having not been fully up to speed with that, but I'm getting my head around that. But certainly do not support any legislation that supports corruptness and suppression of these sorts of things. If people have broken the law and have been involved in corruption, they need to be held to account.
There's a former Prime Minister on this list.
Your preferences for electing from 1 to 8.
Okay, 1, myself, Chris, vote 1, Citizens Party, Australian United Party, Independent Sophie Baldwin. At 3, 4 is One Nation, 5 is Claudia Hanel, Independent, 6 is, what's it, 6, we've got the Green candidate, 7 is Labor, and 8 is the Nationals, Dr. Anne Webster.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you very much.